right. Can't believe I'm saying it. Well, because I just thought of it. YouTube is... everything on there is true. Truth. You can get the truth. If you're searching for truth, you can get the truth on every single channel on YouTube. You can. Does that sound ridiculous? Every single channel on YouTube is telling you the truth. I didn't say they're telling the truth. I said they're telling you the truth. So it's up to you to figure out, well, who's telling the truth? And then who's not telling the truth? See how there's nothing but truth on YouTube? I didn't say what type of truth. I just said truth. You know, it's similar how they completely misinterpret the Bible all the time. I said there's nothing but truth on YouTube. And I said that every channel, you can get truth from that channel. Every channel is telling you the truth. So how do you figure out which channel is telling the truth in this way, or the channel that's telling the truth in that way? You know, that way. The way that you wouldn't go. You don't want to go that way. So, again, just a thought popped up into my head. I'm like, YouTube, everybody there is telling you the truth. It's amazing. But some people say, no, people are lying like you. No. Now, see, I'm telling the truth this way, not that way. Big difference. My truth, all you got to do is just discern for yourself, like always, and do a little bit of research, I guess, if in the scriptures or in the world. See for yourself, take a look, you know, just, hey, look at this, look at that, look at that. It's like show and tell. I've never had anything to show when I was in school because I didn't have anything to tell. I had nothing to say. They're like, what's your show and tell? I'm like, huh? I don't know. Nothing. I always skip that one. But now I have something to show you. And let me tell you something, okay? You are getting truth on everybody's channel if you know how to read between the lines. If you don't know how to read between the lines, well, they're telling you the truth in that way. How did I figure out RFB? I know some people still don't know, but others have learned after certain exposures. I think I did a pretty good job of exposing him for being a fraud because of the imitation that I did of him, and I think that's why I'm being targeted like hell. I mean, it pretty much did start right after that because let's face it, I came against your 450 prophets. You know, the ones that already know what's going on because they have a script in front of them because they're reading it, and then when something happens, they say, "Oh, I told you 6 months ago." Yeah, no shit, because you had the freaking script in front of your face. I mean, on your dashboard, whatever. Take your glasses off when you read. So, I'm not talking about, well, no, I am talking about the 450 prophets, because they look like prophets to the world, because it's like, wow, how did he know that? Well, you have to know what side of the truth that channel is telling you, this or that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. So I'm telling this truth over here, and he's telling that truth over there. And obviously you get a lot of truth. But can you get the other 10% that they're not telling you? Like the skies are being covered with chemtrails. And in the middle of the night, you know, when you wake up and it's hazy and you don't see any chemtrails, they must have been spraying all night long. That kind of ordeal? Or do you look up and see, you know, something different that comes from, well, there is something called 7D technology, but how is it being used? An alien invasion? Okay, that's probably true. How about the other 10%, Rich? How about the war scenery? Because they're going to show alien scenery, right, with ships and stuff. So they're going to show war scenery too. That's the only thing you're not saying to us. And you're not telling us about the stars, that the 66 of them that are in the sky that have those the holographic images and whatnot up going on up there. You're not telling us about the system up in the skies that they got, how they truly make the weather. You're just telling us about HAARP and pumping out clouds, and you know, they pumped out clouds in these local cloud making machines a while back, and they stopped. I haven't seen them, just like I haven't seen a chemtrail in for ages. But today the skies are beautiful, beautiful, deep. Just it looks like you can't see anything except for space. Like there's no limit. Sometimes it looks like there's a ceiling there. This time it just looks like infinity and beyond. So there's that channel that wasn't quite telling you the real reason behind 7D technology. The real reason behind 7D technology. The real reason behind these 5G towers that are straight up Bose speakers. They had a commercial on yesterday about Bose on YouTube. Come on. Someone thanking Bose with the highest grade of technology. And I just took a guess, man. I was just guessing about the Bose speakers, you know, creating the thunder sounds and all the war sounds that we're going to hear, and these bombs and booms and bangs throughout the 5G towers and up in the skies. I mean, it's up in the skies, up in the clouds. It's hard to believe for some people, but it's just really, it really is a reality. And soon they're probably going to admit it. I don't, you know, towards the end there, and take credit for it like they knew it the whole time and become a prophet. Yeah, like all the other men inspired by God that came to the, you know, the inventor. Do you have an invention? Because if so, come on over here. What's that? Oh, you know, you invented a phone? You mean you can talk to somebody? What? Really? Who do you believe in again? Satan or God? I believe in my Lord Jesus Christ. Okay, give us the paper. Yeah. Okay, explain to us how it's done again, Peter. But well, you know, I don't know. God just gave me this idea to like create this and put this together and that and the other thing, and then it'll create a way for you to talk from here to there, thousands of miles away. Oh, okay, great. Hey, thanks. We'll be calling you. Okay. Well, what about my paper? We're gonna look over it and give us your email or something. It's like back in the day, or what the frick's the email? What are you talking about? Oh, sorry. We didn't want to tell you yet. We've already had that system about 100 years ago. We'll call you. Well, how are you going to do that when we haven't even... This is the invention for calling. Yeah, like I said, when we get it together, we'll call you and say thanks for the idea, sucker. That's how it works. If you have no power and you have an idea, well, It's exactly what happened. You had an idea, and they are the ones that used the power of that idea and then stole your invention. So there's a lot of things that were invented purposely for these days right now, including the printing press. You think man like invented that on his own, like out of nowhere? God needed the printing press to be invented, you know, because he created us out of the dust of nothing, and every vehicle you see basically came from the dirt. I mean, from the ground up. We weren't even here first. It was the land, and then God put us on earth on the 6th day. Even the animals were here before us. Like, who the hell are we trying to dominate the world? We're stepping out of line, is what it is, us humans. So I get 100% truth out of every single channel that I watch, is what I'm trying to tell you. When you start to use your brain and discernment, and being deceived helps. It helps because you learn the tactics, and it just becomes clearer and clearer. And it's part of God's plan. It's not like, oh, Rob, we got you. I mean, well, we almost got you. I mean, we got close. You know, one of the guys got pretty close to you, Rob, but couldn't quite wrap that horseshoe around the pole that you are, that's standing up from out of the ground. We can't kind of get our hands around you. But we're going to try next time, okay? You up for another game of horseshoes, Robin? Because we're getting close. We're wrapping our freaking horse's ass shoes around you. Getting close to you. Horseshoes, we're wrapping our horse's asses, our horseshoes around you as close as possible. And we're going to try a few more tactics. We got a few more in store. I'm pretty sure you already knew the next tactic. But okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to keep this one a secret. And only the tacticer knows what I'm talking about. There's probably one person that knows what I'm talking about, and that's it. Sorry, some things are just for certain people. So that's what I know. That's my conclusion out of all this, is that's what I know is 100% of the truth on every single channel. Even if they are telling 90% lies, I'm sorry, did I say that word? They lying down 90% of the time. They're lying down taking a nap 90% of the time. If 90% of what they're telling is that truth, well, I know what the 90% of the truth is. This truth, through 90% of them telling us that truth. It's simple. You just go exactly with the opposite. And then you'll figure it out. 100%. "13 minutes, I don't know, should have just..." I guess that was probably the main thought that I better just go with and leave it at that. Because if you can't find out the truth through people's lies, then they're still deceiving you. If you're not paying attention to their words and what they are admitting that they are, well, you kind of know what's going on. When you know who is in who, in cahoots with who, and on YouTube and even on the mainstream media, when you understand that everybody's in cahoots basically in a sense, then you realize that when you see these things that are in the skies, the main deception is the 7D holographic images. absolutely is going to deceive all nations. All people are going to be scared shitless because they're going to see all kinds of things that are going to be pursuing them, but they're fleeing when none pursueth them. See, when you flee from the fear of the noise, you're going to fall into the snare. It's a trap. It's a pit. That's what I know. When people want to know what I know, this is it. This is what I know. There has to be a major deception first. There already is a deception. Big time. I'm saying there has to be the grand finale deception. Once that happens, that's what's going to cause men's hearts to fail from the fear. Whether it's war, most likely, I'm just telling you what it's going to be. Just by what I see in the skies, it's going to be fire from heaven. I showed you that video. You can take a look at it. It's a great video if you haven't seen it. Just shows all kinds of fire images from heaven without even having any airplanes behind it. The images is insane. So I caught it with my Nikon P900. They allowed us to see it. Caught a lot of things in the skies. The clouds looking like always looking like the other town is blown up. But when you look up and you see a big ass cloud, you're not really paying attention to it. You're constantly looking at the clouds that are so beautiful, like all the way around, but it looks like your next town over got blown up. And the only thing they're not showing you at the time is the speed of the cloud moving forward faster because they're mushrooming out, and the color. They're just, but they're testing. I've seen the dark ones. I seen them yesterday. They were tremendous. It was a lot of dark clouds yesterday, like the smoke. Day before was all white clouds, puffy type of mushroom clouds. And then at night I got the fire. I mean, it wasn't even at night. It was during the sun was sort of setting, but I was getting fire images from heaven. So I'm seeing all this with my own eyes with that camera that zooms in close. And I know all nations are going to be deceived. And I understand 7D technology. And I know they're not trying to tell people that there's up in the stars, that it's not our real stars anymore. Stars are up there. They're just covered up. And how do they cover it up? Well, that's up for debate. I don't know exactly for sure. I have my theory as to how they can definitely, possibly, they can definitely set something up around the perimeter. If the Earth is this way, flat, right? Even if it does spin, they can still set something up, poles that goes up and connects things all in between and tightens it together, like that rubber band thing that wraps around like that. Something like that. It's not hard to believe that they can do something like that, is what I'm trying to say. So, but they don't want you to know about those type of images because that is the lie. Okay? That is the lie. God's going to send a strong delusion so everybody believes the lie. What is the lie? Well, if you're going to try to tell me that certain vehicles that pull up beside you with color code have nothing to do with anything, well, that's part of the lie. If you're going to tell me that there's no such thing as gang stalkers and nobody watches anybody, well, that's part of the lie. But they're just minor lies. To me, they're shoe nets, right? Shoe. Let me think about other things that are more important. I already know about that. There's no time wasted on that one. But the main lie is that the nations are going to believe is that the presidents are real and they're not acting. Every president wasn't handpicked. They're all reading a script, and they have no power. They're just puppets, and the elite are the ones that are playing out the end times prophecy on TV, and then in the end through our firmament, because when they can cover up your entire dome, and gravity, you know, you can even look it up in Gematria. I think, what's his name did over in London there. It just kind of starts to prove it more. The reason why they're saying it's a globe instead of flat, because they can deceive you a lot more under a globe system, under a flat system, under a world that's actually smaller than what they're telling you. Just set the moon up, what do you got to set the moon up? 10 miles in the air around America, and each time zone starts to see it as it floats by. You know, that's why when you look up, it's like, well, wow, I mean, we can see a moon 238,000 miles away, and the sun 93 million miles away? The Nikon P900 helps you zoom in and shows you that they're both exactly the same size. And you can get just as close to them with the sun when I put on that welder's mask, and you just see it's a round ball. There's so many things that I've caught in the skies that, well, I know what's happened. I know what's getting ready to happen. I know how they're going to do it. Because I looked. It's no secret that, you know, I didn't get this knowledge from... It's just like, take a look for yourself. Pay attention to it to yourself, and then you'll be able to understand exactly what it is I'm trying to explain. If not, I don't expect anybody to believe what I'm saying. However, I know that the elite knows what I'm saying. I know that the people that work for the organization that's in charge of watching my videos and have people make videos about me, and, well, they used to comment away, but you can't do it anymore. So, you know, kind of ixnayed you on the Amit case. So that's why I started receiving all this mail. You know, because I shut yous up. Because I shut yous up, all of a sudden I start getting a month's worth of catalogs that I didn't order. And it just continues on. And there's, again, another tactic. There's going to be another one. There's going to be many tactics. You guys don't understand, man. The ones that are doing this. You truly don't understand what you're even doing, do you? I know you have tactics that you use on certain people, but maybe you're coming up with new ones. Because, I don't know, I never heard of it. I asked the mail guy. Nobody else is getting mail like this in the entire district. So, what is it about me? Why would you want to send me catalogs all day long? Like, I mean, yeah, I've seen a couple of them. They're getting better. Like People Magazine came in. I think a GQ one might have came in. Like that one famous, fancy, handsome guy, who's probably the most famous guy in Hollywood. I don't know, but yeah. So I know that you guys, maybe not the ones that all of yous that work for it, because again, the pyramid is deception. It lies, you know, if you're the last one on the totem pole, you don't really know much. But I know that the kings of the earth, the rulers of the world, I know that you hear my message because it's your platform. You have to, eventually, it comes down to the highest corporation has to give authority for this company to do that, and then this company to do that, and then for YouTube to tell this employee to do that. So there has to be a connection there. I mean, it ain't like you guys don't talk, you know. Like, here, I'm an elite. Here, take this YouTube thing. I don't want to hear anything about it. Just do what you want with it, all right? No, it goes straight to the top. Just like what I'm saying comes from straight from the top of my God. Comes straight from the top, which is the highmost, the most high top, is where I get my information from. So it's always one level ahead of Satan. One level ahead every time. And then he comes up to here, and then I go up to here again. Always ahead and above Satan. Because I don't dwell with Satan, I dwell with God. God is the Most High. It's like playing chess. You're just always one step ahead. You're thinking one move ahead, if not 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. But when it comes down to it, it's their move, and then it's your move. Once it's my move, I move one more step ahead of you. If you get to this point, to the even ground, okay, to the even point. So you guys know what I'm talking about. The ones that work and are paid to make videos about me, like the Robotoid one 6 months ago, that was the best one. So I haven't watched the other ones. I just don't care, because I know what I'm saying, and I know why they're saying what they're saying if they're still making videos about me. I know every single reason as to why. It's human psychology. When you work for this corporation, it's your job, number one. So there's that. That's all you need to know. If it was my job, I'd be great at it too. I'd do my best job to try to troll people and discredit everything about them and make fun of them, mock them. That's why I would put a lot of YouTube channels out of business if I was working on that other side. But I'm not. I'm sticking on this side right here. It's God's side. You're never going to defeat it. You think you might, but you're not going to. You will for a short period of time, but it's not going to last. See? So what else is there to know about the deception, I guess? Because on YouTube, it's 100% truth, just as long as you know how to weave through the percentage of truth that they're telling you over there with that truth. Because you can put this truth together and that truth together and you get 100%. Just pay attention, keep your ear open. You'll hear it. You'll hear them. You'll see their tactics as to how they admit what they are doing as they're doing it. And then even at Neil, what's his name? The spaceship guy, or the Earth, or the scientist, the black guy that has the curly hair. He's kind of, I actually watch him. He's of course he's very intelligent, and he actually has a good presentation. Shift change. Every time it's shift change, I'll just pull up. He actually has a good presentation, how he speaks about, he gets you to think of both things. But I understand that it all comes down to he needs to see a sign from God. Like, if Jesus actually walked on water, he was saying, well, then he would have to investigate it and see how that was possible. And that was pretty funny because, you know, nobody's seen Jesus walk on water. We didn't. The apostles did, but we didn't. So, but I'm sure that was literal then, but the spiritual meaning of it now is obviously spiritual. So even, you know, even with that guy, you can get truth out of, you can get this truth from that truth over there. With all the explanations as to why we're a globe and why we're spinning. But another deception would be asteroids. So it's like if you hear asteroids are destroying us, okay, you know it's a lie. Because the outer space, and, you know, Venus, Uranus, Pluto, circumcumulus clouds, cumulonius clouds, the perversion of the names that they come up with. So you would know that that's a lie if they say a comet struck us or an asteroid struck us. You would know it's a lie if they said North Korea struck us from the west side and it went 1,000 feet past the space station, because there is no space station, because there is no space up there, because they never got past the firmament, because they never landed on the moon. It's a lie. They filmed it in a Hollywood basement. That's why they wrote that song. They're telling you the truth. Do you believe which one they're telling you, or do you think, ha, that's funny, What a good joke. They never landed on the moon. Okay. They're telling you to your face. Not many people get it. Not many people are supposed to get it. You will get it in the end. The people that aren't paying attention and are deceived, you will get it in the end. You're going to see signs, miracles, heavens, and wonders in the skies, in the heavens, and everything's going to go kablooey. And they're going to make you feel some boom sounds. That those Bose speakers, I mean, they are freaking phenomenal. The light show that's getting ready to happen, if you can enjoy it, if you know what it is, you can enjoy it, man. You can enjoy all of it. And then just be patient and wait for God to change you like he said he would. Because if all this is happening the way that I think it is, for me, at least me only, then I know that I was on the right track, and I know that the time left is very short. For the sake of the elect, those days shall be shortened. Because if not, there be no flesh left. So God's not letting us die. He's just letting us go through this testing period. Even on my end, my faith will be tested, but it's not going to be hard for me to pass it. A lot of other people's faith is going to be tested, even in my family, but it's not going to be hard for them to accept it and believe it. But I think billions of people are going to be really, truly tested because they have no clue. They got no clue what's getting ready to happen up in the skies after TV is over. The sky is going to be the ultimate, final, grand finale show. When all the electric is cut off, we're going to see the rest of the sky show up in the sky. Just like, you know, Gangstar. I listen to all of his songs from before, and he was like, he was on point with the truth, you know. He's on point with it. He got some good lyrics. I like the one about up in the clouds, where the war is spiritual, and them talking about their greatest creations in the beginning with the sound bites. So, yeah, I mean, I just woke up recently to it, and now I get it. Thank God I got it at the right time. But other people just don't, they're not going to get it until it actually happens. So that's why I just say, you know, when you see this happening real soon, just know it's not real. Know it's not real, and then know that the Bible is 100% real, because that's where I'm getting my information from when it comes down to it. That's the proof to me when it jumps off, is that the Bible